One final coach has arrived on the plains to be part of the on-the-field staff for Coach Hugh Freeze. That is your new linebackers coach. We're going to talk about who that is and the 10 facts that you need to know about him here. But before that, I want to remind you to smash the like button if you enjoy this type of content, and be sure to drop a comment down below as you're watching or listening today. It will help enter you into the ongoing subscriber giveaway for a signed Auburn football prize package. Details are listed in the description link. And lastly, do want to thank members of our booster club like Corey Benson, who help produce videos like this. We have done a lot of videos in this series detailing the different staff members that Coach Hugh Freeze has brought in to be part of his on-the-field staff. And we've finally reached the end of it. We've talked about offensive guys, defensive guys. You can check all those out in previous videos if you'd like some more information about them. But here we are talking about your brand new linebackers coach, Josh Aldridge, who is a former Liberty coach alongside Hugh Freeze that will be part of the staff in the same position here with Auburn football. These are the 10 facts that you need to know about Josh Aldridge and what he's bringing to the table. Our number one fact that we always start with is, who are they replacing? Christian Robinson has been here for only 1 year at Auburn before it's seeming like he was going to be able to hold over through the Hugh Freeze era, but decided kind of late, or the decision was made, however that shook out there, that he's going to move on to something else. So that is who he's going to be replacing effectively as the linebacker coach here at Auburn. In fact, number two, we talk about his coaching experience, at least the duration of it. How long has he been in the game coaching? For 10 years now, he's been at different teams, different levels of coaching, different responsibilities. The interesting thing about that, though, he's only been at the FBS, or the major college football level, for 4 years now. So this continues a theme that's been very prevalent with Hugh Freeze's staff of bringing in young, up-and-coming talent. For number three, let's detail a little bit about that experience and walk through his resume. So we'll start back in 2013, where he started at Lindenwood as a GA. That's located in Missouri, in case you were wondering. Also in 2013, he moved on to become the defensive line coach at Ouachita Baptist. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. From 2014 to 2017 is at West Georgia as the defensive line coach and recruiting coordinator. 2018 at Lenoir Rhine, DC, and linebacker coach there. And finally, as we've come to know him, from 2019 onward at Liberty as a co-defensive coordinator most recently, but has also been the defensive line coach and the linebacker coach. Number four is something we've already kind of mentioned, that he's a young and up-and-coming talent in the coaching ranks. I mean, look at his resume alone. He was entrusted with DC level responsibilities pretty early on in his career. Yes, not at the FBS level until he got to Liberty, but that still is something to be respected. During his time at Liberty, he was also up for the Broyles Award, which is the top assistant coach award that's given out every single year. And then he was also entrusted with interim coach status during the transition from Hugh Freeze leaving Liberty to come at Auburn. This guy, even for being so young, has been entrusted with a lot. At number five, I do always like to ask the question, do they have any SEC experience? And as you've seen, the answer is no. Not a disqualifier for him in any way, because you've got other staff members that are already here that do have that SEC experience. And let's be honest, sometimes it's good to have a variety of talent with different experiences. At number six, I like to talk about their playing history. Good to know whether or not they can relate to our current players on that level. He did play at Harding University, was a 4-year letterman there, and a 2-time all-conference award winner. At number seven, let's talk about the big coaching influences. And I didn't do a deep dive into some of the smaller schools that he has participated in on coaching staffs, because most of those names we probably wouldn't know or be aware of. The big thing that you need to know in terms of coaching influence is this is yet another Hugh Freeze guy. There's always a fine balance when you are a new coach, head coach coming into a new program, especially a Power 5 program, with balancing your guys with guys that maybe fit the culture or whatever needs are specific to Auburn, obviously. And this is one of those additions that I think made a lot of sense for him to have one of his guys, that being Hugh Freeze. At number eight, let's talk about regional ties, especially as it relates to recruiting. Obviously, we've seen in his resume already that he is a recruiting coordinator once during his time as a coach. So that's a good foundation right there. But where might he have the most influence? Now, if you look at his resume, and I know some of those smaller colleges and universities, you probably don't know where they're located. Some are in North Carolina, Georgia, all the way out to Arkansas and Missouri, and him being a native of Tennessee, he basically has the entire footprint almost of the SEC covered. So now his biggest influences will be during his time at Liberty. Being a native of Tennessee, you can see that playing into that. But just knowing that he's had to stop at all these different places across the SEC territory is going to be huge, and having him be a big asset in our recruiting. At number 9, I want to give you some of the stats to know about what we might expect he'll bring to the table in terms of being a linebackers coach. But let's actually look at his time as a co-DC during this past season to inform what he's been involved with defensively. So during this 2022 season, I want to note that it was huge improvements for them from the 2021 season. They were first nationally in team tackles for loss, 4th in team sacks, 15th in passes intercepted, 19th in third down defense, 25th in first down defense, and even dating back to his previous location before Liberty, they were number 1 in the country in turnovers. Everywhere he's gone, he's helped improve the defensive staff and defensive units, and that's a really good sign for Auburn. And finally, for number 10, I want to give you some players to know. It might help inform what he could potentially do for some players here at Auburn. We'll start with his most prominent player during his time at Liberty, defensive end Darrell Johnson, who during that time led the nation once in tackles for loss for 22.5. A couple other names for you: Rolfs Russin, who was transformed in one season under his tutelage as a premier nose tackle, and then Jesse Lemonier, who's also a linebacker, played in the NFL and in the USFL. So there you have it, the 10 facts to know about Josh Aldridge, your new linebackers coach. Would love to know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure to do that so you can be entered into that subscriber giveaway. And hey, since you got to be a subscriber to be part of that giveaway, make sure you do that too. Lastly, check out those links in the description for ways that you can help support us here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. War Eagle.